Hello, this is Joe. My name is Joe, and this is the Joe Addo Take. I'm a former defender of the Black Stars, and we all know tomorrow is a big day for the Black Stars. I started football here in this country from Starlets, through Satellites, to the Meteors, and also to the Black Stars. I also played for local league here in Ghana, Accra Atofo. And I'm here with a couple of my friends who are also former players of the national team, and I'll introduce them to you right after this break. Hello, welcome back. And like I told you before, I'm a former defender of the Black Stars. Joe Addo is my name. And I started my career very early, around 10, when I was 10. I played Colts in Tema, where I hail from. I was born and bred there. My parents are still there. And then I went over to play for Arnold Warriors, Tema Arnold Warriors. And then I got discovered by a coach who took me to the Starlets, where I captained our Starlets team. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it to the World Cup. We lost to Nigeria, and Nigeria went on that year to win the World Cup. I was graduated to the under-20s, which we call the Satellites. I played there for, I think, 3 years, and then I had a call up to play for the Black Stars. Before then, I was also in and out with the academical team called the Black Meteors. And later on, it became the Olympic team, where we have players from the youth teams and players from the senior teams. So I've been through all the national team setup, from the youth divisions all the way to the national team setup. And today, I have two guests of mine who also went through the system from Starlets to Satellite and also to the Black Stars. And on my immediate left is Yao Prekun. Yao Prekun, I play with him in Hearts of Oak. He was part of the first group of Starlets players, under 17 players, who won the World Cup for Ghana for the first time in '91. He was part of that group, and he came to meet me in Hearts of Oak. He went from there to play for Satellites, also playing the Olympic team of 1982, where Ghana was the first African country to win bronze in the Olympic level. He was part of the team. And then he went on also to play for a Turkish side, and then he retired, and now he's working with the under-20. He's assistant coach of the national under-20, the Black Satellites. On my opposite guy who is facing me is Ablade Kuma. This guy has done it all. He is the first captain of Ghana who brought a medal to our country. And I always hope that we'll cherish people like that. But unfortunately, he's lost between the cracks, and it hurts me to see somebody who brought glory to our country, but we don't honor him like he's supposed to. He also started with me in Tema. He played Colts in Tema like I did, and then went on to play for Satellites, captain Satellites, like I said, went to the Olympic team in '92 in Barcelona, and brought Ghana a great glory by bringing us a bronze medal. Also, he played with me in the national team for, I think, about 6 years, so I've known this guy for a very long time, and we all hail from Tema. So Ablade Kuma is also here today. So we are going to discuss today how our Black Stars are going to fare tomorrow, and how their impact is going to help, the public to support them, to like them, and hopefully we'll go all the way to the end. So Yao, welcome.
Thank you.
Sabato.
Thank you.
He's Sabato. That's the nickname we give him. And Yao, his nickname is Rash. Now, you started with Starlets, and you went all the way to the national team, the senior national team. You won the cup for the first time. How did you guys do it?
Well, initially, I was in the 1989 squad. I started with 1988, 89 Starlets, and we had majority of the boys after the 89 tournament in Scotland. We had Alesopoku, Willie Brown, Mijima. We had about 70% of the players graduated to the 91 squad. Okay. So we were then matured. So when we got to Italy, it was more like just go and have fun. And then we had Otto Fista as a coach, and a very inspirational man. And with him, we took it easy, and we took game after game. And fortunate for us, with God on our side, we came home with a cup.
You made us proud. You made us proud because prior to that, we haven't won anything at the youth level. So for you guys to go there, unknown people, unknown players, for you guys to go there and bring us glory, I think it was commendable. And then from there, you also went, that was in 91.
91.
And then you graduated to Satellite.
Yes. Then I joined, when we came back, I joined Black Stars 91, qualified to 92 World Cup, Cup of Nations, Senegal 92. Yeah. I joined the team with Otto Fista, with Isaac Assari and
Mohamed Gago.
Mohamed came when after we've qualified for the Cup of Nations. But during the qualifier, I was with Isaac and Odati Lamte. So I joined the team to Senegal, but unfortunately I got injured and I didn't participate. And then I joined the Olympics team after the Senegal 92, same 92. I was with I joined Ablade Kuman's Satellite Meteor's team. Yeah. He was the captain. And, I justified myself as usual, like any Ghanaian, and I got a position, and we went all the way to win the semi-finals, and we came up with a bronze medal.
So, Sabato, what about you? How did you start, and where are you now?
Well, Joe, like you said earlier, I played a small coach team in Tema, the juvenile stages, Tema has babies. Then, fortunate for us, Nyawo Tamaklo came and, gave 23 players from Has the exit.
Yeah. And
it means the team will be reformed. And you and I were fortunate. Yourself, the late Shamukwe, Ezekiel Amu, Bendu Bate, Kuala Jeda and Co. We had the opportunity to play for Accra Hearts of Oaks. Then I had the opportunity to join the national team from the juvenile stage, Starlights, graduated to the Satellites, Meteors, and to the Black Stars. So far, that is how it went about.
That's great. Now, what do you guys think of the Black Stars that we played in and the Black Stars now? Yeah, what do you think?
Different era, and football has changed dramatically because if we have to compare our era to this era, we can say it's full of surprises. Those days you can predict when a game is going to be played that Ghana is going to beat Sudan at all costs. Ghana is going to win against Mali at all costs. But nowadays,
football has changed.
Football has changed. And, yes. So it's kind of it's difficult to compare our era to this.
I would say,
during our days, most of the national players are locally based.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's a different era together. You can't compare the two because you can agree with me that our days, with the exception of Abedi Pele, Prince Poli, Tony Yeboah, I think all the players were locally based.
Yeah. And
we used to camp for a longer period in Winnipeg, and we were very much dedicated. It is different from now.
Today,
now there's so much money in the game, and everybody wants to go abroad for greener pastures.
Yeah.
And so it's a different.
It's changed. I give myself an example that, I played the game with passion. Yeah. I played it because I loved the game. I didn't play it for money, but this time football has evolved, and now it's business, and we are looking at it from a different point of view. So you can't really. It's a different contrast when you try to look at those before us, and those after us.
Yeah.
It's a very different.
Those days, the publicity wasn't that much big. Especially when you're going to play Hassan Kotoko. Everybody knows that on the 9th of June, Hassan Kotoko is already on the program, and everybody knows I have to be there as early as 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But nowadays, we need to, advertise Hassan Kotoko. We have to give it a big publicity for fans to come to the stadium.
Yeah. And, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
I remember this is Black Star story, and it used to be that in our time, the coverage of the games wasn't as great as now. Now we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have WhatsApp and everything. In our time, there was no even cameras. I remember satellite. We played against, it's a World Cup qualifier, and we played against Algeria. Yeah. They came here, we beat them.
The 3-0.
Yes. And all we had to do was go there, tie, or let them beat us 2. Yeah. We went there. They took us to some remote place. Yeah. When we got there, we were mentally fatigued. The field was wet. We couldn't get anything to go, but still, they couldn't beat us. They tried, but eventually, they got us out of the tournament. So I'm saying all that to say that these days, there's scrutiny on all the games that is being played. So the road to the World Cup is a little bit easier than in our time. That's why most of us never made it to the World Cup. But I think if the same opportunity was given to us now, what they have now, back then, I think we might have made it.
Definitely.
And what do you guys think about our chances in the World Cup this year?
This World Cup is full of surprises. Whoever thought Uruguay will lose to Costa Rica. Yeah. So it's all about how you start. We need to forget about 2010. We still have 2010 at the back of our mind that we got to the quarterfinals. So at all costs we should get to the semifinals this time. But you need to take it step by step. Yeah, tomorrow, if we are able to, at least get a point in tomorrow's game, because in the first game you don't need to lose it. Yeah, that's my philosophy. You don't need to lose your first game. Make sure that at least you get a point. Then you build upon it and make sure that the next game at least you get a 3. We can qualify with 4 points. So our chances still is in our hands.
It's right in front of us.
You agree with me that football is a game of certainty. But when the uncertainty sets in, that is where the problem is. Yeah. You saw what happened to the Spanish team. Nobody knew they were going to be beaten. That's a huge margin. So I think, like Yao said, it's a full of surprises. Who knows? The last World Cup, we were able to get to the quarterfinals. This time around, I hope the boys are well motivated. And from the news we're hearing about, it means they've had adequate training. Yes. And they are eager to die for the nation. I'm very much optimistic that they will get far.
When I saw our last game against Korea, I was very, very impressed. I was impressed because, not because of the scoreline, but I was impressed about the body language of the players. You could see that these guys really wanted to get on the field. They've been hiding for so long, and it was time they came to showcase themselves, and they did. They were eager to play. Every single player, those who came in as subs and those who played in the beginning, everybody wanted to play. So I'm hoping that tomorrow, the only thing I don't want our guys to have is complacency. Yes. We've beaten this team twice. They are coming to us for the 3rd time. They will never, they don't have anything to lose. I heard their coach, Jurgen Klinsmann, say that if they beat Ghana and get out of the World Cup, they are okay. Yes. So I think our game tomorrow will be a big game for us and for them.
The same thing happened to us in South Africa '96. Yeah. Yes. The 3 of us were there. Yeah. We lost to Senegal '92. We lost to Ivory Coast. 94, we lost to Ivory Coast again.
So 96, the first game was against them.
Yes. We were told, win that game and come home. Yes. It's enough for us. So as you say,
and we beat them.
That's it. Yes. And we beat them. So, if you're going in for such games, you have to be very, very careful. Now, mentally, the boys, they know they have nothing to lose, especially the Americans. And if we have to check the way they lost to us, it's just a
small mistakes.
Small mistakes. Yeah. Because the first game against them, but it was through a PS penalty, right?
Yes.
And we scored. Yes. And then the second match, extra time, Asamoah scored. Yeah. So initially, the 90 minutes was 0-0, 1-1 also.
1-1.
So we have to be very, very careful tomorrow that
it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
I've spoken to some of the guys, my friends on the team, and they are not taking it lightly at all. They also know that the group is made up of very, very strong teams in Germany and Portugal. Yeah. So if we are able to get good results, which will mean a 3-point in this first game. It will make our lives very, very easy. I saw Cameroon play. Unfortunately, they couldn't win their first game. I also saw Ivory Coast yesterday. I was really, really impressed with them. Really, really impressed because they were down 1-0. They came back and they won the game 2-1. So my message to my guys, some of the guys I talked to, that even if we go down, they shouldn't look at the results. They should go there and try to do their best, because I think their best will be better than the American team. I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
So guys, I think we're going to go for a break now. When we come back, we'll continue with our discussions. So, welcome back, and like we've been discussing, we are all former players of the Black Stars. I was a former defender, Yao was a former attacker, and Ablade was a former playmaker for the national team. We've all planned our trade there. We've heard the national team grow. There were players before us who really did us proud, and when we took the mantle, we also did our nation proud. And then now these young lads are making us even prouder. So kudos to them, and they have all our support and our prayers. Now, Sabato, looking at our group, we have Germany and also Portugal. What do you think about the German team or the Portuguese team, and how we're going to fare against them?
Well, Joe, honestly speaking, the Germans are very strong. If you check on records for the past 2 decades, they always get to the medal zone, the last 4 in the World Cup, and they play very strongly. They come in very strongly. And remember what they did to us in Bochum. They scored a 6-1. I was there. You were there. The last 20 minutes we lost. We were leading 1-0, and they came back last 20 minutes to score us 6. It means they have good concentration. They don't relax till the last whistle.
Yeah.
And this is what our guys must be aware of. And the Portuguese team, they are dangerous because we all know C. Ronaldo is one of the best in the world. Yeah. And he can turn the table around anytime he wants. For the U.S. team, well, we've beaten them twice, but that should not stick into our heads. Yeah. They can take us for surprise. And who is down fears no fall. Okay? Yeah. If we beat him for the 3rd time, he might say, oh, as for Ghana, we are their bully team, so they have nothing to lose. Yeah. But if they beat us, it will be a problem for us.
Yeah. I think I agree with you.
It will be difficult for us to come back. Yeah. Because after playing US, we are playing Germany, we are playing Portuguese. And they are the most strong, they are the favorites, remember? Yes. Yeah. So I think we are in a serious group that we have to go in with all our mind. We should put in everything that it takes to win a match. Yeah. And I believe where there is a will, there is a way. Yeah. And God willingly, the guys will come up in flying colors.
Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, the Portuguese team, the German team?
I agree 100% with Sabah, because the Portuguese, everybody is thinking about Ciro, but we shouldn't forget
they have Contrao,
Morales, Nani.
They have a lot of players.
Yes, we don't know much about them. We think about the Germans and
Americans,
and then we talk about the Portuguese. We say Ronaldo. Oh, yeah, Ronaldo, Fima. That's all. No,
it's not easy.
It's not easy because we've been there, so we know. Yeah. Sometimes when you're playing against a player with only one star, that's the star will just put about 3-4 players to him, and then the rest will just come from
behind. But he did that for us.
That's it. Yeah. So then the Germans, we played them 4 years ago. Like Sabato said, we played them 4 years ago. We know their capabilities and everything, but that doesn't tells us we can match them easily. All we need to do, like Sabato said, we have to work very, very, very hard, because you can see he's coming to dribble you. You've been there. You're a defender. You know you can meet a player. He is coming to dribble you, and the same style you use to take the ball away from you. You use the different style to dribble you, to outwit you.
Yeah.
You know, you met Salensa.
Yeah.
You know Salensa. You know the history of Salensa.
Yeah.
You and Salensa.
Yeah.
So we have to be very, very, very focused. Every game, like Sabato said, every game should be like a final for us. We shouldn't think 4 years ago we were the pride of Africa. So we're going there and be and repeat the same history.
It's not going to be easy.
No, it's not going to be easy. To repeat the same history, we have to work up our socks up. We have to work ourselves.
I agree with you. And one small note. We Ghanaians, we are very fortunate because the group that we're in, we've played against US twice in 2 World Cups.
Yeah.
And Germans, we played them last year in our group. So we should know the German team and the US team better than the Portuguese team.
Yes.
Which, if we do our scouting well, or we do our technical staff do our coaching and our technical work well, we shouldn't have too much problems with them because we know their style. It wouldn't be a surprise for us.
So by the time we get to the difficult side, which is the
Portuguese team,
yeah.
we might have gotten
That's
something.
it,
yeah.
So my main concern is for our boys to know what they are facing. We have Kevin on our team, whose brother will be playing for the German team. They played against each other in the 2010 World Cup.
Yeah.
And although we lost that game, I think we played very well. Ghana played very well.
Very, very well.
This time around, I'm hoping that Kevin would avenge the defeat that we had 4 years ago against Germany. And they are a beatable team. They are a young team like us. And I think because we know them, it shouldn't be a surprise for us. I think if we go in boot for boot, we can get them.
Yeah. We have what it takes.
And you know, one good thing about Ghanaian players is that when they determine to do something, we go for it.
Yeah.
You know, we don't find it difficult at all.
It's in our blood.
It's in our blood, like you have said. When we determine to do something, we do it good. And I'm only praying that our guys will determine that we are winning all our matches. At least we are able to get 2 wins and 1 draw. We are home and dry.
You know what? I have this question that anybody who hasn't played the game before, when they see me, they throw this question at me. How do you feel when you wear the national team jersey? Yeah, how do you feel?
My brother, it's a feeling that it's difficult to describe because you know nowadays the shirts are people are wearing
they're selling in
those days, you know, Katamanto, you know, but those days, you know, it's difficult to get a shirt, you know. So if you get to the dressing room and you know, nowadays by the time you get to the dressing room, your shirt has already been arranged and everything. You know, those days they bring a sack. And he's in, and then they start sharing. Number 2, where are you? I'm not taking. Joe, where are you? You know, when you hold it in your room before you enter the bus, feel after you finish dressing, something different, you know,
comes over you.
Yeah. You feel like I'm going for a battle, and I'm ready. Even when you're on the bench, you know, you feel like, man, I'm a national star.
That's right.
I'm going to represent the nation. So you feel proud. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great privilege to don your national colors.
Yeah,
it is. It's a great privilege. Yeah. And when you are on the field before the game and the national anthem being played, how do you feel? Sometimes we will weep.
Oh, yes.
You know, you get the feeling that you are representing the whole about 24 million people.
Yeah.
And you have to give out your best. So it's a great privilege to don the national colors. There's no doubt about that.
I always tell people who want to get that experience that it's only a privileged few who's had the opportunity to don the colors of the Black Stars. I was watching the Black Star training when they had a non-residential campaign here, just before they left. And a guy came to the stadium. The jersey the Black Stars were wearing, he was also wearing the same jersey. So the police didn't know if he was a Black Star player or not. And he was able to enter the perimeter. Yeah, he entered there.
So and you see how powerful the
jersey is.
You can enter the castle with it.
Oh, with it. You know, you can wear it. I remember when I was in Starlet, we had the yellow tracksuit.
That's it, yes.
And when we come home, they let us bring it home.
Yes.
and you see me, I wear my yellow Black Star tracksuit, walking around Tema.
Yes, everybody will be pointing.
Because you can't buy it from anywhere, you know. And it was a privilege. It was a privilege. And I always tell these young lads that, you know, the ultimate for you is to don the colors of your national team. That's the ultimate. And once you get there, there's no looking back. So for the guys who are there now, when people are talking about monetary issues, they're talking about bringing wives and all that, those things are secondary things. We don't even think about that. All we think about is to wear the shirt and defend our country.
That's it. Because just imagine the Cameroonian before
the World Cup.
And
they won't go with a flight because they are not paid. And I won't cut you, but this is one thing that for us who've lived outside of Ghana, this is one thing that really baffles me. You never hear any European team going to a tournament complaining about money, about shoes, about tracksuit, about bus. No. Their concentration is focused
and then with African
on the game.
Teams, I won't cut you like that. With African teams, it's always the last minute. It's always the last minute. We will wait the last minute, and then the focus will be gone. You saw it from their first game. They were very flat, and it's like people will be sitting at home and they will be like, so this is what you're asking our money to be paid to you
for
if
this
you are playing for this performance. Then what you are asking, you need to perform for them to know that, the boys deserve the money they are asking for. But what they played without Addo, it's as if they just on the pitch.
It's unfortunate.
Once upon a time, a friend of mine told me, football is a game of spirit. You know, when you try to bluff the game will bluff you.
Yes.
You understand? Okay. So I pump this into my head, and anytime you complain about money, I remember there was a time, but then the late Shamo was alive, where, you know, when they recruit new players, Nana and Shen and Riako, we were there before they came, and you know they were bought. We were there and they didn't give us. You were there. So some of us, we start grumbling that we've been playing for all these years, we don't get anything, and you carried all the money to this. So I advised myself with Shamo that, Charlie, why are touching few?
Let's have a cool
let's go and relax and see them play. They were winning.
Yes,
they were winning. And when we saw that they were winning, we were now struggling to get into the team. So you see, but before then we were the champions of the team.
I remember when I joined House of Folk. When I joined the House of Folk, I joined the majority of the new boys. You guys were already established in the team. Our first game in Kumapim. Against Kumapim, none of you guys showed up.
We said it was too far.
It was too far, so the new players should go and because we've not been paid some bonuses and everything. And we went there, and now we scored the only goal. I created the penalty, and now we scored, and we played very well. So the message got to Accra. You know, those days. How the message will get to Accra, there was no telephone. The message will get to Accra by the time when we got here, the supporters, if they don't want to come,
they will stay home.
Then Tuesday training, all of you, because we needed you guys, because we know what you are capable of. Because from afar, we saw you, Blade, Leather, and we know what we did in Kumapim. With your presence in the team,
we'll be stronger. Team,
and you can, and we forgot about the money and everything. By the time we realized we're on top of the league, from the middle of the season
all the way.
We won the league.
And those days it's only 2 points, so it was difficult to be on top. You know, you win, another Kotoko will win. Kotoko has, and we became champions. So to think about money, when you get to some stage, you just have to, like Sabah said, you just have to focus on the game and make sure that what is asked of you, you do it, and the money will follow.
I'm very happy that this year we haven't heard anything from our camp, the Black Stars camp, with monetary issues. I know in the beginning the government came out with certain instructions as to how to disperse the money, that it should be done in CDs and all that. But fortunately, we haven't heard anything. And I think the players are happy. Because if they weren't, we would have been hearing something by now. So I hope that that part of the story has been taken care of, and now our boys are ready for tomorrow's game. Now, I watched Spain play against Netherlands in the opening game. And I don't know about you guys, but I was surprised. I was surprised. They lost, fine. But there's been a trend in this World Cup, and the trend is the team that scores the first goal
will be beaten.
Always goes down to lose. It happened in the Brazilian game. It happened in the Dutch game. It happened in the just recently the only team that changed
Uruguay.
The Uruguay game. The only team that changed was the English game, where Italy scored, England equalized, but Italy scored again. But Ivory Coast, the same. They were down. They came up to win. What is going on in this World Cup? And do you know that it's the highest scoring World Cup in the first round ever? Every team or every game that has been played, there's been results.
Because football has gone home.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Football has gone home, and this is what we want to see. We want people to go there and not to go there and defend only. People will be talking about formation. Let's go one goal project and then defend. But everybody is expressing, what he knows best. And you want Brazilians to know that they created the so-called
the samba,
but people can do better. And they suffered in their first game. We know every first game is always difficult. The opening match is always difficult, but they show that they have stars who can decide the game when it matters. So, like you said, it's not going to be. It was difficult for Spain. They should have killed the game the last. But this is what football is all about. If you don't kill it,
it comes back to haunt you.
Second half, they didn't come to the party. They went to the dressing room and they stayed there. Because the second half, I didn't see the Spaniards on the field.
You see? Now, football has become so dynamic. We watch, don't be surprised Spain were beaten. That's a margin. Because that is football. It has changed tremendously. And look at the ball that England played yesterday. Even they lost, but they were better.
That was my best game
so
far.
They played. It was a game by its standard. You understand me? So that should tell you that there will be a lot of surprises in this World Cup.
Amazing. And so far, they've given us something to talk about. Who do you think so far, where Ghana hasn't played yet, but who do you think so far has impressed you the most? Because I have somebody that I know he was going to be great, Van Persie, who has been injured so many times, but every time he's so resilient. I was looking at an interview that he made at a press conference, and he said for the past 4 years, he has never played without pain. That every day he dresses, he feels pain, but he still wants to play. And the goal he scored, my goodness.
No, it was
what
delight.
a goal.
It was delight to watch.
Instincts, strikers' instinct. These are the players we call strikers. Those days we had strikers
like that.
In Ghana. The likes of Georgia Lassans and a striker that he smelled goal when the ball is already coming. You saw Van Persie before the ball came. He knew where the goalkeeper was.
He knew what to do already.
That was amazing.
People were talking. I told them, look, United against. I think he scored that one. Rooney's pass. The volley.
Yeah.
You can give him 200 times and he shoot the ball away. But at that particular moment, that's a striker's instinct. He knows this is my only chance. Let me hit it with full concentration and I'll get a target. Hit the target and let the ball do it.
That was some goal, man. That was something.
And Rubin as well, the Netherlands striker. I think
Robin,
so far he has
impressed
really
you,
impressed.
right? Because I think the last World Cup, I think he lost it for them because he had two glorious chances to score. He missed it, and everybody was saying when there was a big game, he cannot come up.
That's it.
And then last year, he did it for Bayern, winning the Champions League with that beautiful goal. And he did it again for the Dutch team, scoring 2 goals. He could have had a hat trick.
Of course,
played
and you saw the beauty of the game. Two beautiful football nations. Gone are the days when Holland they used to play like the Spaniards. Tic-tac-toe or what is the But the game has changed so much. Yeah. The Hollandians now they are using pace and
pace
aggressive,
combined with the aggression.
And the Spanish team is still playing the same
old
Barcelona
style.
let's play, and people are getting used to their way of play. They absorb them in and then counter
with long balls.
And if you have Van Persie who can run and Robin who can run,
you are in trouble.
And the defenders of the Spanish national team, they don't
They're
like
slow.
to run. They're slow. So definitely they will struggle. But if they had a couple of changes that kills the game. I was surprised when Alonso came out. I was surprised when he pulled Alonso out because Xavi, he's aging. And when he marries, as in terms of tackling and
he doesn't have that.
He doesn't have. And Alonso, even though he will get a card, but he will do the job.
I think they were scared that he was going to get a second yellow. And that's why they put him out. But you know what Ghanaians are saying? Ghanaians are saying that if the Dutch team can beat Spain 5, and they only beat us 1, then we are lucky. We are damn lucky. But I tell you what,
funny anyway.
I watched, I've seen the African teams so far, Cameroon and the Ivory Coast. I tell you what I saw yesterday from the Ivorian team, they are a big force to be reckoned with. I think the Ivorian team is there for a reason. And when Iboue wasn't called up in the 23-man squad, I was like, wow, Iboue. If Iboue was in Ghanaian, he would have been in the team. But you saw the right back yesterday giving them 2 goals with the crosses.
Good crosses.
That's unbelievable. For them to go down against the Japanese team, which beat us, by the way.
Yes.
The Japanese team
It's about time because this generation is fading off. So we can say this is their last chance to show the world what they are capable of. And I'm happy they are taking their chances.
Joe, the Ivorians has really struggled to win a match in the World Cup. And I was very much happy for them yesterday.
I was happy for them.
I was told when Didier came in yesterday.
You saw how they determined. You saw the 2 goals the guy scored. He went, he wanted to die for the nation.
Yes.
It's about time. I think it's a great sign.
For
and
the African
I believe
teams,
if they will continue this way, they will go far.
I think for us, the Africans, we haven't seen Nigeria yet. We haven't seen Algeria, and of course, Ghana. So I'm hopeful that this year will be the year for the Africans, and hopefully it will be for us.
By the time we realize 4 African teams will get to the semi-finals, then it's going to be African tournament. We'll go to the Samba land and
show them how football has grown in Africa.
Yes.
Well, there was an article I read about our stars that they don't understand why the team is not based in Natal, where we will play our first game. The team is based in another town. And what it is we'll fly into Natal, play the game. It's not that far, it's not that far. I think it's about 20 minutes flight. We come in, play the game, and then go back. We have a base where the team will be traveling to and fro. And for some of us, especially me, I don't see why it should be like that. I think, and that's my opinion, I think we should be around where the team will play their first game. I don't know what you think
This is the first time of me hearing such a program in a World Cup. Because normally you could drive 20 minutes,
you are there.
1 hour, you are there. So I'm surprised because getting into the flight and then flying to, whether it's 20 minutes or is it, just imagine when you're playing you're playing Kotoko in Kumasi, and the day of the game, or you have to leave Accra, and in the morning by air to Kumasi. The feeling is not the same. When you're already there, you wake up in the morning, this is the day, and I don't need to do any traveling. Flying. All I need to do is just sit in the bus and
go and play.
So, but Joe, sometimes you need to strategize. in terms of the condition that we are here.
They are there. They know what they are doing.
Know. And we have, I believe strongly that we have a competent technical team, and they know what they are doing for the betterment of our nation.
That program was done by FIFA, or
no. This we did it.
We did it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then we
don't forget, scouts were sent out there to check around where will be better for us to reside and all that. So I don't think it's going to be a big
it shouldn't be a side issue.
It shouldn't be a side issue.
If it's coming from our own,
it's coming from our camp.
Then we know why we are doing that.
Know why we are
probably.
I just found it kind of strange a little bit.
This is the first time of
because when I was in the US, I was in the US in December, and during that time the US team was in Natal. They went there for training camp. They were there for a month just to acclimatize. And then I heard on the internet, or I read on the internet that the Ghanaian team will be doing a training camp in Los Angeles. So when I came back to Ghana, immediately I spoke to Mr. Nyantichi. I said, why is the team going to be based in the American town? He says, wherever we will go, they will come and scout us, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But I think I was able to convince him a little bit that it wasn't the best of ideas for the team to be camping there. Now, eventually, the camping was moved to Miami, and it was moved shorter. Initially, we would have been in Los Angeles for about 2.5 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but then it was shortened to 1 week in Miami before flying to Brazil. So I think they took some of the criticisms that were coming from some of us. I think they took it in stride, and they took it well. My only problem, and I don't know if you guys share this sentiment, my only problem is I think the 2 games we are playing before the first game, I don't think it's enough for our preparation. What do you guys think?
Well, I think majority of the countries had the same, because FIFA gave a date for the end of the season. After the end of the season, all you can do is just gather your players and come.
I mean, the friendly games
I believe we had some injuries, a couple of players injured and everything. So
we got scared.
Yes, after a season, you need them to at least get back into the pipeline and make sure that those small knocks and they get solved before we can raise the.
So for you, the 2
again.
games is okay.
It's okay.
Very okay for me.
It's okay, because don't forget that all the players are professionals and they are playing effectively in their various clubs. You understand me? And playing 2 games as friendly before the World Cup, I don't think it's a problem at all. It's good. And remember, the coach was once a footballer, and he has got all that it takes, to build the team or put the team in good shape before starting the World Cup. So it won't be a problem.
It won't be a problem.
And after a whole season, you've been there. We've all been there. After a whole season, you're so tired, you don't want to hear much. You feel like you want to train. Okay, let's train and just Munchendi and bet. Let's go and gather ourselves again and play a match. And I think Siapia Kapi saw from the
sometimes fatigue setting.
Some fatigue that
so
just he went down on took things easy. 2 matches, let's go and play. And after the 2 games, we still had enough time
to prepare for the
first game.
So I'm hoping that it takes us all the way. Now, another thing that has been bothering me is the size of Brazil. It's so big that we are playing 3 matches in 3 different venues. It's very strange. I think it started with us when we were in South Africa, when we went to South Africa 96. We weren't used to that you play 1 game here and then you travel here. Because in Tunisia 94, we were stationed in one place. We played, and then semi-finals we went somewhere. But in South Africa 96, we had to travel from Port Elizabeth to Bloemfontein and then to Joburg for all those games. Now, does that put mental fatigue on the players? Because the same thing is going to happen to the team when in Brazil. Our first game is in Natal, Our second game is another place. Our third game is another place. Does it put fatigue on the players?
This is world-class competition. And before you get there, you have to prepare yourself.
Yeah.
No matter what the condition may be like. You understand? Because it is not the FA, Ghana FA, who schedule the program. It is the FIFA. And it is the same, it's on the same leverage. You understand me? Okay. Other clubs, the clubs you are playing with, they are also traveling. And you are also traveling. So you have to adjust yourself to the situation. You only have to focus that you are there for a purpose, and you are there to defend your nation, and you are there to bring the trophy to your nation.
I'm very happy and excited for. This conversation can go on and on and on, but I know I'm having a good time, and I know you guys are too. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with our discussions. Well, welcome back, viewers. I hope you guys are enjoying our conversation. Now, I have one simple question, and I don't know, I know the fans are eager to hear that. What do you think about our jersey?
Excellent.
The white one?
The white one.
You know, he's the number one selling jersey in Brazil.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. You know, with the Kente, you know, it's a different. When you get closer to it, you can see the beauty of what Puma is trying to bring. You know, add up some African flavor into the shirt. You know, so I'm not surprised. But personally, I like the red.
Me too. I saw the red when we played here, and
personally, the red,
the details,
you know, the details,
yes, in the jersey.
So wonderful.
Yeah, it's very nice. And what should the fans expect, or what should the fans do? You know, especially our Ghanaian fans. You know, the hype for the World Cup, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the fans, hyping it like the way they're supposed. What do you think they should do?
Yeah, like you said, they should hype it more.
Yeah.
Because Ghana is a football nation. We really love football. And they should give their maximum support. I understand the hospitality there has been very much satisfactory.
Good.
It means the boys are happy. So with a little bit of support and prayer, I hope they'll do well.
Because I'm watching this Dutch team and the Dutch fans. Everybody in the stadium is wearing orange. Some of them have orange wigs. They have orange handbands, but then they painted their faces orange. Yeah. And you see just sea of orange.
You know Europeans, they like to travel.
Yes.
You know, somebody, since 4 years ago, somebody is
planning for
this World Cup. And he doesn't need anybody to beg anybody for money to go to Brazil. He has already bought, the tickets way back 3 months ago. Yeah. So he's going with the family to explore, make sure that he experienced every, feeling about the World Cup. Yeah. You know, so when they are there, like you said, with the dressing and everything, this is coming from their own. You know, from here we have to struggle with it.
This is their culture. You know, the Europeans love football. They started it years back. Yeah. We are coming. Yes. Maybe gradually we'll get there. But it shouldn't be a surprise.
And 4 years ago, it was on our continent. So it was a bit closer to us. Yeah. So we felt it more. You know, probably tomorrow, by His grace, if we're able to at least win the first game, the atmosphere in the country will change.
And that's the power of football. Yeah. I mean, win and everything, all politics aside, everything goes down the drain. And I'm hopeful that our Black Stars will make us proud. We want all the fans to pray for our Black Stars, because tomorrow's game is not going to be an easy game. Yeah. I have a very difficult thing because I live in the United States and I also live here. So, and I played and retired there, so I know most of the players and most of the coaches. So when Ghana wins, I'm proud. I can tease them.
Yes.
But if I'm there and Ghana doesn't win, then they tease me.
Yes.
So I'm hopeful that we are going to get good results from our Black Stars. Hopefully, everybody will go and cheer them up. Do you have any?
But you
last
have
words?
a lot to say. You played in Portugal, Germany, and America. So you have friends all over.
I have friends all over. Yeah.
Your pressure, your pressure is.
I don't even know how to. It's so strange that the 3 teams that we were paired with, that have lived in all those countries, and it's so strange that it will happen to somebody, in Ghana. Because I don't think any of the Americans will ever dream of playing here in Ghana.
No.
But we are in their group. So for some of us who had the privilege of playing outside, and then I forgot to ask something. Maybe the time is not outside. But what did you think of Jerry's injury?
Bad timing. And it was in the 90th minute.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate for him. But it's part of our job. Sometimes you can't understand, but you just have to make sure come back strongly and then recover quickly and then move on. Because if Jerry, people will talk, they'll try to calm him down. He will calm himself down, but trust me, deep down,
he's hurt.
He's hurt.
Yeah. Joe, we've been all injured before, and it's really bad. It really hurts, especially when it's getting to the last hurdle to the World Cup.
And this is World Cup.
In fact, I think he will have strong heart. He's a young player. He has a long way to go, so he shouldn't be downhearted. We'll pray for him.
I was trying to get in touch with him.
We wish him speedy recovery.
Yeah, he left the team. When the team was going to Brazil, he went to Texas because I think his wife lives there.
Okay.
I couldn't get a chance of talking to him, but I spoke to some of the boys on the team, and they say he's in good spirits. It's unfortunate what has happened. It happened to Frank Ribery. He's not there. And how about Ricardo Montelivio? Broke his leg. So it's happened to some players, and I think he should take solace in that. But for our Black Stars, we are wishing you all the best. We know you will do it. You've done it before. But we know this time you will do it for us. Make Ghana proud because we are all here supporting you. We are praying for you. And hopefully we'll get our hands on what we've been yearning for, which is the World Cup. So with that, I'll say thank you to Yao Prekun for being on the show. Thank you to Ablade for being on this show. It's wonderful being with you. And until next time, it's goodbye.